Hiya, just decided to put up 5 top tips, which I hope will help you along the way. And the first one is, I want you to pick a start date. Now that's pretty easy with Body Slims, isn't it? Because it kind of coincides with you've started the program. And this is a line in the sand because, you know, most people mean to lose weight, they want to lose weight, they intend to lose weight, but they don't actually lose weight. This is when you're going to do it, and we know when it ends because we know when the program is over. 10 weeks, long enough to see an amazing result, but short enough to see the end coming. Now, during that time, I realize you're going to have an awful lot of stuff on, aren't you? But there's a communion, there's a weekend, there's this, there's this, there's that. Let me tell you something. There will never be a perfect time, only now. You make now perfect with the action that you take. That's how this works. So when you look back, you go, oh, that was the perfect time for me. No, it wasn't. You know, the planets will never conspire to move in a direction which means nobody will leave your office. There will be no parties you're invited to. There will be nothing happening at all for you for a period of 10 weeks. It just won't happen. This is the price you pay, okay, if you want to lose weight. You start and you finish. You do that for this period of time, okay? Really and truly draw a line in the sand and go, for this 10 weeks, my priority is me. Okay, I'm going to make a difference to myself. I'm going to give myself this time. Number 2, what I want you to do is I want you to use the aeroplane model. Now, I don't know if this is actually true, but I remember people used to say an aircraft uses nearly all its fuel on takeoff, which I'm not too happy about. You know, when you're flying, I hope they have enough to go the rest of the way. But apparently, you know, the real force is getting up to that speed on the runway and then driving up into the air to get to an altitude. And once it gets there, it starts to cruise, and it uses very little fuel because it's effectively gliding. And I want you to do exactly the same thing with Body Slims. And by that, I mean the first week. Just give me the first week. Get everything 100% for the first week. And what will happen is your result, everything will start to help you glide. Because now you'll create what's called the power of momentum. You know, if you do this, you get a really good result. You're enthused, aren't you? You're enthused to go on and do more. So that's what I want you to do. Number 3, straight line weight loss. One of the things that derails people in weight loss is occasionally they will get a result they weren't expecting. And what I'm talking about is you were doing everything right. You know, you go, well, last week I did everything right and I was down 4 pounds. This week I did everything right and I'm down 1 pound, or I'm down the same. Now, I will explain as we're going through the seminars. Weight loss is a complex issue, as is your body. You're not a machine, you're human. And again, to go back to the aeroplane, you know, if an aeroplane is flying from Dublin to New York, most of the time, it's actually off course. It veers slightly and it gets tilted back. It will not be on a straight line, and weight loss will probably not be a straight line. The real difficulty is if you stand on the scales and you get a result and it's not the result that you wanted, and you go, oh, this doesn't work, or it doesn't work for me, or this is terrible. If you allow that, instead of just going, okay, I accept this as being a part of the process. Some people lose weight in clumps. Some people will be down 5 pounds 1 week, 1 pound the next week, 4 pounds the week after that, then 0, then 5. Other people, you know, will lose it regularly, will lose kind of every week. It just depends on the person. But you don't allow that to derail you. Number 4, and what I believe to be the biggest barrier to weight loss, I really want you to listen to me now. Weight maintenance is not weight loss. People sometimes say this, you know, is this diet sustainable? You go, no. If you sustain it, you'll disappear. That's what weight loss is. You've got to come away from thinking about this as something you're going to do for the rest of your life. From week 9 and 10, I'll tell you what to do for the rest of your life. But for this part of your life, for the losing weight bit of it, this is what you've got to do. You got to hit it, you got to hit it hard. And you've got to come away and break through those fears. I can't do this, or I've got to eat then, or I have to have that, and if I didn't have this. If you do what I tell you to do, I will make it easy for you. If you try and do it your way, it will be hard. Weight maintenance is not weight loss, and that is what I see so many people. They come in, and it's what they've been encouraged to believe, by the way, by weight loss companies who want them coming back ad infinitum. What I want you to do is hit it hard for 10 weeks, get your result, and I'll tell you what to do from there. That's when you get on with your living. For the moment, all you've got to do is go, does this bring me closer to or further away from my goal? And if it brings you closer to your goal, that's what you do. I want you to give me and yourself everything that you've got in this 10 weeks, just for 10 weeks, and then I'll tell you what to do. Now, that brings us to number 5. Weigh yourself once a week, yeah? But I want you to be more concentrated on weighing in the kitchen rather than weighing in the bathroom. And the reason I say that is, you know, sometimes people they're up and down weighing themselves all the time, and they don't have a scales in the kitchen. If you want to change your weight on the scales, change the weight on the scales in your kitchen. You know, if you're picking better foods and your lower quantities, and you're actually measuring and counting what you eat and staying within your allowance, you don't really need to go up to the scales upstairs in your bathroom. You actually don't need to, because it will work for you. So that's it. They're my top tips. I'm keeping it real simple so you can process them and remember them. Go through them again. Your start and end date. So you go, okay, for this, I'm going to surrender to win. I'm just going to listen to this guy for 10 weeks, and I'm going to do what he says for 10 weeks, okay? We're working on the airplane model. I'm going to give myself the best start possible. I'm going to give absolutely everything, and hopefully then we're going to cruise. If along the way I don't get the result that I was hoping to get, I am not going to allow it to derail me. I am just going to stay positive. I am not going to get into this cycle of weight maintenance and, you know, well, I just went out at the weekend, or I just had one night out. Because all that will mean is at best your weight will maintain. At worst, you won't lose any weight. Or you'll put weight on. But what you definitely won't be doing is losing weight. And lastly, you weigh yourself, and then you weigh in the kitchen. Far more important that you're weighing on the scales in the kitchen than the scales in the bathroom. Get the scales in the kitchen right, and you don't need to worry about the scales in the bathroom. I hope there's some help to you, and I'm going to talk to you soon.